this long to get into the Beach Boys. It's not like I didn't know about them before. I've listened to them since I was a little kid. But I really underestimated their brilliance. And how beautiful their melodies are. Holy shit. Or their harmonies. Is it melody or harmony? I think harmony. Yeah, so you like these angles? I try to do different shit. Hold on a second. Ooh. I'm going around a little curvy part of the road. So, you're gonna have to bear with me. You know that high quality filmmaking is not my fucking forte, okay? Eventually you're gonna see my pretty little face again. I promise. I promise. Unless something happens. We get into some kind of freak accident. Hopefully not. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay. I bet you could have waited just a little bit longer for this. But, I ended up going to this women's luncheon today. You know my feelings on women, right? Talking to women really ain't my forte. So I just listened. Because that's what women want more than anything. You know what I think it is? I think maybe I am like self-conscious about the fact that I'm pretty masculine, and so I've always felt like so awkward around women because I know that I don't talk like they do, and I don't care about the stuff that they care about. Like there was this older Guatemalan woman who's been serving the Orthodox Church for like 48 years now. And she was talking to us about like how she met her husband. And I thought it was really funny like how many of these women, they're just listening to her story and they all said, "Oh wow." Like in unison, "Oh wow." I'm not mocking them for it. I thought it was funny. But I can predict the way that people are gonna talk and like what they're gonna say and all that. And I'm not gloating about that. I think that just means that I'm an observant person and I'm an outsider and I don't really fit in. So it's more of a defense mechanism than it is like, you see how annoying you are, bitch? Because I don't mean to be like that. Because I don't have an issue with any of the women I go to church with because they're all good women that want to serve the Lord. And this woman who has spent 48 years doing that, you know, she was talking about how we need to be like joyful. And I was thinking about that in relation to my stand-up because many people have asked me about that. They always ask me the same thing. Are you still doing comedy? I guess because they expect me to drop out, or they're just curious about the state of comedy. But I'm so negative about it. You know, like I always sound so reluctant. And I mean, I wouldn't have gone to that luncheon today unless somebody had asked me to go. Because that's just not my thing. Not just because of women, but I don't know. I hate social anything. But I never regret doing social things because there's always something that I can learn from it. Even if it's bad, even if I don't enjoy myself at all. It's like, well, I probably came up with at least 7 good jokes when I was bored. Or, you know, there was something that I was paying attention to that nobody else was paying attention to. And I had some dramatic realization about life and the world and all that, which happens, you know, every 2.5 minutes, it seems. But, yeah, so I was just thinking about how, like, I shouldn't be doing things reluctantly. Like, I shouldn't be negative about doing God's will. Because as much as I hate the internet, there's a lot that I do get out of this. It's just, I'm obviously not getting that much of a following or money, not making any money. But I mean, I don't have to, because what I get out of it is like a sense of purpose. And other people don't have to like it or understand it for me to get that sense of purpose from it, you know? In fact, it's actually even more validating that there are people that just hate it and think I'm a terrible person or really stupid or really erratic or whatever. There's a place for you at the table, honey. There is. There's a place for all of us. There's a place for everyone at the table. But you know, there's some comedians that I really, really like. And I've noticed that all of them are really kind of boring. Like, they're all straight white men, which is a sin in today's age, okay? But their delivery is impeccable. And I'm so jealous of that. But they're jealous of me. They're jealous of my jokes and the fact that it's always new and fresh. And so it's like people aren't ever really satisfied with what they have to offer. And we're all insecure about it at some level. So even if there's enjoyment that we get out of it, there's always things that we wish that we were, that we're not. But yeah, like, I'm kind of jealous of normal people. I'm kind of jealous of boring people that watch TV. Who knew? Who knew that I would reveal this to you, Vortex? But, I don't know, I was comparing my stand-up routines to, like, what I do on this channel. And what I do on this channel is very, like, masculine, I would say. And not just because I'm driving around without my seatbelt on, but I'm just telling it like it is. I'm saying whatever the fuck I want to say. I obviously sound like a dude, but I'm very comfortable with myself. I might seem like I'm comfortable with myself on stage, but I'm really not. I don't like being up there. In case you didn't notice, I waited a few days to put up that comedy video. And the reason I waited a few days to put up that comedy video is because, well, I did really well. Like, when I was up there, I felt it. And I never want to watch the ones that I feel good about, because later on I don't feel good about them. The comedy that I don't want to watch that's usually the comedy that I'm most proud of, because I stuck to it. You know, I didn't stop talking about what I wanted to talk about. I continue to say things that went against the general consensus. And I do think that takes guts right now, because there's just this growing hatred of anything that's legit different. And I get it. You know, it's like the way that people treat me because they don't know my gender. So if people don't understand you, if people don't know what you're about, they're very quick to assume that it must be bad. And I can't fault them for that, because that's the way they're trained. In the freest country in the world. So obviously, people either don't understand that or they don't appreciate that. You don't have to assimilate. You don't have to be like everybody else. But you will be ostracized. I guess I just don't see that as a bad thing. But you know, sometimes it is kind of painful. And it is awkward. So like today, I hardly said a word to anybody. But I'm just sitting there listening to other people. And that still means something. So, you don't have to feel important to be important. I think that we place way too much importance on feelings. And, you know, being uncomfortable, that's not the worst thing. You know, just because you're uncomfortable, that doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean that you're in pain. I mean, at least it doesn't have to be like that. You can choose to play victim about whatever you want to play the victim about, but that doesn't really serve you to do that. You might get some validation points online, briefly. So, the temporary dopamine that you receive I think about that, man. Like, so many people online, like that's literally what they're living for all day long. It's so sad. But, you know, in relation to smartphones, like, I'm very, very lucky that I stuck to my guns on this one. And I'm not taken in by all this internet garbage. I mean, let's just say this. If I am taken in by it, it's when I'm at home and everybody that has a phone has the option of turning it off or deleting their apps or, you know, being selective about what they choose to do on the internet. But I think there's so many people are at this point now where they admittingly don't have self-control. And because so very few people do, and that's just a widely accepted character flaw, people don't think that they have to work on it, you know? I mean, look, I get many people can't do flip phone live. That's all right. That doesn't mean that you have to be a junkie, though. I just saw a license plate that said slow egg. I really need that license plate. Certain things I'm really slow about, other things I am way ahead of my time, I think. But that's not because I'm just so incredible. Sorry, I was wearing shorts in my car. It's really hot outside. Have you noticed that? But whew. What was the point of the video? I feel like I made a lot of points already, but I think I'm just gonna try to work on my attitude about everything. I mean, I'm not saying that I have to be happy about everything and excited. I'm not saying I have to be excited. Don't want to be a woman. Don't want to be too much of a woman. Because women get excited about the stupidest shit. But I don't know, I am really lucky to have the perspective that I do and to be able to share it and to know that expressing myself is the most therapeutic thing that I can possibly do. And it's not just therapeutic for me, it's therapeutic for other people that relate to it. And for the people that don't relate to it, the people that want to shit on it, it's good for me to have that because it toughens me up and it teaches me how to take criticism, if you can even call it that. I don't consider it to be criticism because it's not constructive at all. It just seems like hate, just pure hate. No, sometimes people do have useful things to say, but I would say that most of the time it's stuff that I either have heard already or like I already know because I've thought about it. That's what happens when you're observant. So I'm not just observing what other people do, I'm observing what I do, and I'm like, wow, that doesn't seem too smart. But you know what annoys me about that is like it's like sometimes it doesn't matter how much awareness you have, you're still gonna keep making the same mistake. And as frustrating as that is, you just have to keep forgiving yourself. It's way easier for me to forgive other people than it is for me to forgive me, which is why I believe in Jesus. So for people to be like, who says you need to be saved? I say that because I've seen what I've done, okay? Maybe you don't need to be saved. I'm not trying to convert anybody either, you know? If people like my God stuff, that's awesome. If you don't like my God stuff, whatever, man. You think I'm gonna get offended because you have a different perspective? That's just fucking dumb. It's dumb, motherfucker. It's dumb. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, that fake sun. We can still appreciate things even if everything's fake. Whatever. Whatever. You see? I'm trying to lighten up. Trying to lighten up a little bit. I wonder, like, if I was less reluctant to do stand-up, if, like, I would be more comfortable with myself on stage. You know, like, you hear this man that's talking right now. That would be really cool if he could get on stage. The reason why I'm self-conscious about my stage presence is because he's not up there with me. I mean, every once in a while he takes a little peek. I would say for the most part, you just get that feminine part of me that is still so scared. But I'm not scared though, you know? I'm not. I wouldn't do this channel. I was scared for 10 years. And then Donald Trump got elected and I said, fuck it.